Hello and welcome to the Night Watch show. We'll just wait a moment while everybody successfully joins. Thank you for joining today's broadcast, which is, as you can tell, live. We'll just wait about 10 seconds, and at that point, we'll get started right away. So the topic for this episode on the Night Watch show is Kim Jong-un's mysterious disappearance. The question remains that seems to be very unknown as of now, at least unknown by the public, is whether he is alive or not, or if he is simply somewhere in a luxury resort, or did he in fact succumb to death as a result of a failed surgery or an underlying medical issue or possibly some other cause. There is truly so much controversy surrounding his absence lately. Looking at foreignpolicy.com, there's an interesting article essentially questioning, with Kim Jong-un's mysterious disappearance, China will likely make a power move. So that would be one possible scenario that we could see playing out if in fact Kim Jong-un has either died or is permanently incapacitated. That could certainly lead to a power play by China in North Korea, which would be really probably undesirable to most of the world at this point. And of course, North Korea possesses nuclear weapons. Those would need to be secured quite quickly in the event of his death. So that would be one possible scenario. At the same time, Fox News is reporting, as of approximately 24 hours ago, that Kim Jong-un may in fact be in a North Korean resort compound after satellite images spotted luxurious boats in the area. Of course, they don't have images of Kim Jong-un himself, but the luxury boats that he would normally be on were seen on satellite images. So it's certainly a possibility that he is simply laying low out of the public spotlight and enjoying his luxury fleet of ships. So we truly do not know yet. As many of you may know, North Korea's leader, Kim Jong-un, became one of the world's most feared and powerful dictators within his own country, at least. And who knows if he did undergo heart surgery, as has been reported by many in the last 15 hours. And if the heart surgery truly failed, there was a report of the surgeon having jittery hands, and there's just so much controversy and rumors, it's hard to tell what in fact is true or what is not. So one plausible explanation is he died during heart surgery. It's hard to know what precautions would have been taken during such a surgery where he's unconscious, as he is certainly feared by so many, and so many within his own country would like to see him no longer in power. So he would have to take a lot of precautions in a surgery, I would imagine, with lots of guards. And the question would be, as far as loyalty goes, would truly people be looking out for his best interest during the surgery, or would one slight shake of the hand of the surgeon possibly end his life? That is one possible scenario. What's interesting lately over the last several days is Kim Jong-un's sister, Kim Yo-jong, has really taken center stage and has been gaining a lot of power in the country, really tremendous power, to the point where she has really emerged to be what appears to be the second in command in North Korea at this time. And her emergence to power really seems to coincide with the current leader's disappearance from the public spotlight. She has suddenly entered the public spotlight. There were also recent missile tests kind of coinciding with all of this not too long ago. So really the question is, who will lead North Korea without Kim Jong-un? Will it be his sister? That is certainly something that can be considered, and that's a question being asked by BBC News. There's really a lot of speculation and rumors about his health, his passing, possibly his sister assuming leadership of the country if in fact he has died or is permanently incapacitated. And it's also possible that there would be a sudden emergence of Kim Jong-un after a vacation, possibly hiding out from the COVID-19 pandemic in a secure location. He has disappeared for a while before and reemerged, so we really don't know. But the more time that passes, the more it seems likely that either he's intentionally in hiding and not wanting anyone to know of his current state, or he's critically ill or has already passed. Intelligence sources probably do know the truth. However, as of now, the general public certainly does not. I'm also quite certain North Korea would be very cautious about releasing information if he was either incapacitated or perhaps died, because it would possibly lead to a lot of civil unrest and chaos really within the country itself. And there would be a power vacuum that could possibly be filled by his sister. But with these dictatorships, historically, there's quite a bit of news in the event of a death as various different parties fight for power. And so would assume the role of Korea if in fact something has happened to Kim Jong-un. Really, the true hope is that whoever would assume command, if in fact Kim Jong-un is no longer in the picture, hopefully it will be someone that will lead to positive change for those in North Korea, as well as the neighbors of North Korea and the world as a whole. The hope is that the next ruler will bring positive change, and we'll have to wait and see. And if we hear anything, we will certainly keep you posted as well. And just to touch on a couple interesting stories that have come out recently. So Taiwan's intelligence chief is saying that North Koreans, Kim Jong-un is sick, and that's as far as they're really taking it at this point, is that he's extremely ill, but that he's still alive. And at the same time, there's an article in New York Post essentially saying North Korean people are secretly elated about Kim Jong-un's death claims. So many would claim that within his country, he is truly not really all that popular. In fact, many would probably like to see him go. There's just such a trail of death and devastation that he's left, as well as the neighbors to North Korea, especially South Korea, constantly living in a state of uncertainty over potential war and conflict and disaster. So the real question we must ask at this point is, why does this matter to the world? Of course, if you're in North Korea, this one thing to consider is America, for example, has been preparing for various scenarios for a long time. One has been if there is in fact another war between North and South Korea. The other has been what to do in case of North Korea's collapse, which if Kim Jong-un has died or is terminally ill or permanently incapacitated or just truly disappeared, there could certainly be a collapse in North Korea. So the US would certainly want to ensure, as well as South Korea, together collaboratively to secure those nuclear weapons and to take appropriate moves to ensure regional and global security. At the same time, China, who shares a border, would certainly want to move in as well and take whatever control is possible of the country, as well as the nuclear weaponry. So there's quite a bit of concern over what this could mean to the world. The next leader of North Korea, if in fact it is a family member, such as a sister of Kim Jong-un, what will she be like in power? Will things escalate and worsen? Will they perhaps improve, and we'll see positive change on the Korean Peninsula? So all of these are possible outcomes at this point. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to ask those at this time. But if you can imagine living in a regime such as North Korea, where electricity is regulated, where you don't have access to adequate levels of health care, even basic essentials that the rest of the world is very much accustomed to, and with recent issues of the pandemic, I can only imagine how terrible things must be for those in North Korea without adequate health care. And it must just be a widespread problem. State-controlled media, we really have no way to know how bad things are within the country. Wages are certainly very low. There are just immense sanctions from all directions. So the economy is completely destroyed. The country's living in widespread real poverty, while the leader, Kim Jong-un, has lived in complete luxury for his really lifetime, as has his family. And he's left behind just a trail of death and devastation. Those closest to him, whether it be relatives, whether it be those in high positions of command within the country, have been killed over the years. Recently, his brother, in fact, was assassinated abroad. So there's just a trail of destruction within the country, outside the country, missile tests, instilling just mass fear on South Korea and a sense of instability and uncertainty. So all of that combined, North Korea is certainly not in a good place within the country, and it would certainly be good to have positive change occur. If truly Kim Jong-un has succumbed to death and is no longer alive at this time, and there is a passing, it is everyone's sincere hope, especially South Korea and really the rest of the world, I would say, that there is a chance for positive change that would lead to an improved economy, improved health conditions for those living in North Korea, and possibly finding a path to remove sanctions and get North Korea to be really a global player and dismantle the nuclear weapons and move forward in a positive way. So that's it for today's broadcast. I appreciate you joining the Night Watch show, and I hope to see you soon at a future live broadcast. Any comments, please post them. We'll do our best to respond as quickly as possible. Thank you so much for joining.